Hello, beautiful souls. This is a Divine Feminine Twin Flame reading, all for the Divine Feminine, whether you are a Divine Feminine or you want to receive this for your Divine Feminine counterpart if you are a Divine Masculine. So no matter what, this reading is for you. And I am using my brand new deck, the Goddess of Love Tarot. I just got this. One of my friends introduced me to this deck. I loved it so much. It's very juicy. I know that it's going to provide us some good clarity, insight, next steps, and so forth. And I am unboxing it really with you. I've already actually opened the box, but I'm going to be using it for the first time with you here on my channel. So let's dig in. So let me introduce myself if you are here for the first time. My name's Lisi. And I have been a twin flame coach for 6 years and going, reading just about the same. I'm a master Reiki practitioner and a master certified ascension coach. And I'm here to help you to find your way. It's really frustrating sometimes in the world today. Like, one of the main causes of frustration is relationships. And so that is why I'm here. I teach a process that I learned and I practice myself called the Teachings of Union. So you want to know more about that. A lot of my videos are about that. So don't forget to subscribe so you can watch them all. I have nearly 1,000 videos. Okay, these cards are warmed up. I just love them already. Very feminine, moon, pink. Let's go ahead and start with 3. If you guys know me, you know I like sets of 3. All right, so what would the divine, what would Gaia like us to hear? All right, oh, that's the right side up. Beautiful card so far. All right, so we have Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands, and 2 of Wands. I did shuffle these, I promise. A lot of wands coming out, so it's 1 3 2, not 1 2 3, but 1 3 2. This one stands in the middle here. So for whatever question is in your heart, the Ace of Wands card is answering yes, 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 yes. Like it's a movement forward. You've got the go ahead. It is the signal card. It's like a green light, right? Then you've got the 3 of Wands, which in this deck represents structure, right? Like the triangle is a very supportive shape, and this is all about structure, grounding, getting clarity as you refine your parameters ahead, looking at the vision, like not just like moving forward blindly. But then you've got here the 2 of Wands, and so this is in this deck, I'm going to read it to you. Sexual energy can be overwhelmingly explosive to work with. If you're not grounded, it can feel volatile, but this volatility can be channeled just as a combustion engine channels explosions to create movement. The 2 of Wands means you have plenty of dynamic energy to work with. You're tapped into your sexual energy and that of the cosmos, and there's a decision that must be made with intention. Witness the power of your vision, will, and desires to guide you toward the life you want and deserve. You have more than enough fortitude, but it's imperative that you clarify your vision and commit to the steps to make it happen. Yeah. So what you've got here is balance, right? There's this part of you that maybe you had a breakthrough with your twin flame. With the northern hemisphere moving into spring, you know, you've got love in the air, and you may have had a breakthrough. Maybe your twin flame reached out to you. Maybe they reached out to you at 2 a.m. for a special meeting. You know what I mean? What this is saying is that the divine feminine really needs to like keep her cool. Like this card being between these two, like if these were together, it'd be like, you know, bow chicka bow bow time. But with twin flames, that is a very powerful energy that many people don't really get. It's not like what you were taught about. It's very high vibrational, and it's not that you can't have that, but a lot of people don't really know what they're doing with it, and there has to be a purpose, and there also has to be a safe container. A question that I was asked recently is, you know, is it okay for me to have a friends with benefits relationship with my twin flame? And I'm like, well, I mean, there's no right or wrong, but you have to ask yourself, like, how does that feel to you to have that kind of relationship? Is that what you are looking for? Or do you want more? Do you want a grounded, committed relationship with this juicy, explosive passion? Or do you want to, I don't know, like just base your relationship on physical stuff? Which to me, it's like there's no point of exploring your twin flame if you're just going to make it physical, right? There has to be something else. And you also, you're opening your energies up to, it's like a vulnerability that is best in a safe, committed container. And so that's why this like 3 of Wands here is kind of there to like protect you. Like you're being protected from this part of you, like wants to move directly into, getting in bed or whatever it is, right? Like this can be something else. This can also represent a career, like, let's go, or moving into a new home, let's go. But this is like, oh, hang on. Get out your love list. Let's look at your manifestation list, or like whatever you do to like plan. Like, don't let go of that. Okay, I think we said what we needed to say with that, Divine Feminines. Let's see what else. Let's give this a better shuffle. I did shuffle them, but you never know. We could whip it up like that again. I wish I could shuffle like people. I've seen, other readers shuffle like in a really fancy way, or like people at poker tables that are like doing this, like, and it just looks so mesmerizing. But for me, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever be able to do it like they do. So, but you get the authentic version. I could hire somebody. I need to pause the video, and you come in and you shuffle the cards and then unpause it, and then I'll do the reading. Haha. Get a professional hand model or something. Okay, we're ready. Here we go. What else does the Divine Feminine need to know? Advice? Yeah, these are Welsh. Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. Gonna have to censor this for YouTube. There we go. That was a full frontal. Is there anything here that needs to be censored? Hang on. Yes, there. Okay. Oh, well, that one is a statue. We're just going to leave that. This deck is very erotic. I did not know that. Well, okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the 2 of Cups. You guys know that's like a union energy. And then balance. You're kind of getting the same message again, but in a different way. Let's kind of unpack it. So you do have a major arcana card here. Oh my gosh. There's so much going on in this picture. I don't think I can say on YouTube what. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune here. All right, so this deck is a tarot deck, but the messages from this deck, because it is the Goddess of Love deck, are slightly different. So even if you know tarot, just bear with me here. Okay. So you've got the first card, which is, you actually have 2 major arcana cards, the first and the third. The first one is the Wheel of Fortune, and here you have the Celtic goddess Sheila Nagig, and it's an omen of divine transformation. So you are Divine Feminine transforming. Let's hear more about this. The Jovian power of this card is a blessing from the universe that comes in moments of alignment when the inner and outer realms hang in harmony. When the Wheel of Fortune appears, it can be a time of cosmic surrender when you recognize the work you've done to be where you are. So it's really important for you to recognize. The corresponding deity is the ancient Celtic goddess, Sheila Nagig, who is seen spreading her vulva in stone reliefs around Ireland, Britain, and other parts of Europe. She reflects the fecundity of the Wheel of Fortune, the never-ending journey of death and rebirth. Energy neither created nor destroyed births something, whether a magical child or a real child, through pleasure and presence. Remember that although you're not as in control as you may think, you are more supported than you realize. The Wheel of Fortune is the goddess's ability to lead you back to a path of wholeness. whatever you're moving through has something to teach you. So those of you who are watching are probably moving through some kind of challenge, right? I mean, some challenges feel tougher than others, but to be honest, they're all the same size to the divine, right? And always look at your life here on earth as a school. Like your soul has descended into the University of Earth to learn spiritual lessons primarily, right? One of your spiritual lessons might be how to have healthy boundaries. Another spiritual lesson might be how to love unconditionally, or accept yourself. Like maybe you're working through releasing abandonment and loving yourself and being your own hero, right? Whatever it is, like you're getting in, like, to benefit from the motion of the wheel, that like you don't have to like come up with your own energy to move forward. Just surrender to the wheel that's already turning in your favor. The Two of Cups is a romantic energy, and there's lots of innuendos on there. The Two of Cups is very significant because it represents the wholeness of you. It represents the beloved in the self, the goddess and her devotee, your shadow, your light. To be honest, like, shadow is just an absence of light, so it's not like actually a real thing, right? You are pure love, right? Become your own lover first, then allow the world to fall in love with you. The Two of Cups can indicate romance or deepening of a relationship through a commitment or rite of passage, like moving in together or saying, I love you, for the first time. When it shows up, embrace the soft and vulnerable parts of yourself, or turn to yourself for the love that you long for, right? And so this is about loving yourself and giving yourself the love that you desire. And that as a divine feminine, how your energy works is when you fill yourself up with love, then you're able to overflow that love into others, right? Like, this is something that is really important for you to understand how your energy works as a divine feminine. And divine masculines, you need to know how your divine feminines work. Masculines are more like giving and entering energy, but that's another talk for another time. Going back to balance, so we've got the 10th card and then the 11th card of the major arcana kind of spliced by the Two of Cups. So you've got romance coming in. Yay. Now, how this looks, ladies and gents, is going to be different than what you might think. Maybe it's the divine romancing you. Maybe you have some synchronicities coming in to your experience that you obviously can't like plan or expect them. They'll come in, like the best synchronicities are the ones you don't plan for. I had one today. I was like, oh my gosh, that is like, there's no way that's just a coincidence, right? But the balance card is here. It's actually in typical tarot. This is the Justice card, and it's about walking the path of the goddess, and it means surrendering to your heart without losing your integrity of the mind. So it's like balancing heart and mind. So maybe your heart wants to do one thing, your mind is like, no, that doesn't make logical sense. Well, don't move forward until you're in harmony there, right? You might need to do the mirror exercise. The one that I teach is called the mirror exercise for twin flames. It's a 4-step process. You don't need to use a mirror. It's not the one that Louise Hay teaches. It's a different one, and it works for twin flames especially. It is the most fundamental healing tool for twin flames, but that is how I balance myself whenever my mind and my heart seem to conflict. So for you, like the wheel is like kind of like moving you forward, whether you want to or not, kind of thing, into more romance. You don't get to decide what that looks like. Goddess or God wants to romance you, and always, because you were created by the divine knows how to romance you. They're never going to give you something that you don't like. But if you are closed off and trying to control, trying to expect the romance to look a certain way, trying to make the romance come from a person, if you walk outside and you look at all the blossoms blooming, that is the divine romancing you, right? But if you're so enmeshed in dwelling on your problems with your twin flame person, for example, you're not going to receive the romance that God has for you right now. You're going to feel like your cup is empty, and that emptiness is what repels your twin flame. Your fullness and your joy is what magnetizes your person to you. And you get that through doing the mirror exercise, which brings you back to balance. You don't have to, strong arm your way into balance. There's a very, very easy way to restore your consciousness back to balance. And that's what I teach my clients. I teach them how to do it really easily. All right, let us draw some more cards. Maybe we won't have to cover them up. Like I said, this is my first time with the deck, so I was not expecting some of that stuff. I hope they don't get mad at me for Tir Nagig or what is her name? The goddess, the Irish goddess, the Celtic goddess. I think that should be okay since it's like a sculpture and historical. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. All right, last three, I think. Let's make them good. Let's make them count. All right. Ooh, okay, we got already covered up there. This one is good. Very interesting energies of the cards. The Maiden of Cups, Hierodual. I think this is probably the Hierophant. And the Five of Pentacles. So you got a 5 here, and you got a 5 here. There's no 5 on that one. But yeah, 5s are about changes. These cards to me, like the first few cards, felt like it was like this rush of energy coming for you. Like kind of like, I wanted to ask you, like, do you choose to surf the wave that you're being invited into? Do you choose to, drink of this choice wine? Now we're getting into some sort of like details about you, Divine Feminines, like very specific details about you. So yeah, let's dig into that. Okay, so yeah, this is getting into like the nitty gritty. So I'm glad if you're still here watching this. This is really important for you. The Maiden of Cups is bringing you a message of vulnerability. That's really important to be in touch with your feelings and don't push them down. Don't just look at your feelings and be like, oh, I'm noticing that I'm sad, and then just kind of like glance away. Really go in there and abide by yourself and feel your feelings so that you can move through them. If you just touch on your feelings and look away or avoid your feelings or ignore your feelings, they're not going anywhere. They're just going to get, backlogged in your emotional body, right? And that can actually translate to being more susceptible to disease. And it doesn't mean that it causes disease, but like your body is stressed and more susceptible. The Hierodual is the Hierophant. So this is really about you exercising your feminine wisdom. This is about you surrendering to the divine and like the wisdom of your feelings, like processing your feelings, feeling your feelings, right? This card, you could look at it and be like, oh no, heartache and loss, because that's what this typically represents. But for us, for this spread, this is more about like all of this new stuff coming in. It's like, you have people coming into a restaurant, the people that have finished their meals and they're ready, they need to leave the table so the new energy can come in and sit down. That's what this is. And so it's important that you process this, whatever you're letting go of right now. It's tempting to just rush into all of this, new energy here and yay, like that. But you still need to process your feelings and feel it. So maybe you're letting go of someone or something or a way of being that you have been operating under for a while, and maybe there's some grief that you need to feel and let go. Like these cards are not telling you that to be afraid. They're telling you, hey, this is what you need to do moving forward. That this is going to help you moving forward. All the ways, all the time, the cards are always telling you what is in your best and highest good, right? So if you were like I was, and you have trouble feeling your feelings and like abiding with yourself or like being present with your feelings, and maybe you have stuff to process, but like it's hard for you to feel on your own because maybe you've developed some systems of numbing out or avoiding your feelings to protect yourself. Maybe that worked when you were younger, but now that's not going to work for you. You must process your feelings. So the way I mentioned earlier is through the mirror exercise. And that's something that I teach my clients. I learned it from Twin Flame Ascension School, which I highly recommend if you want to learn how to get out of separation and reunite with your twin flame. So I wanted to let you know, if you made it to the end of this video, bravo, congratulations, I have something for you. On March the 22nd, so 22 angel number, I am hosting a Twin Flames 101 masterclass, and guess what? It's free. So you can sign up by looking in the description box under this video. Sign up, come to my Twin Flames 101 workshop. It's going to show in your time zone, so don't worry about whether it's the same. But I'm going to go over all of your steps to getting out of separation, to, if you're in no contact, or even if you are in contact, like how do you do the inner work so that you can heal yourself and be together in harmony with your twin flame. It is a process, but it's worth it, and it's a beautiful journey. And it's very, very loving. So I hope to see you there, because I'd love to give you all your next steps. Thanks so much for watching this video. Lots of love. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.